got a theory.
As someone that rewatches this show often, 2 of the episodes I watch over and over again are in this season. I could use this whole video to just talk about those 2 episodes, but I'll try to contain myself and dive into some of the other episodes. Just remember, there will be spoilers. In episode 1, titled The Freshman, Buffy feels out of place at school. She doesn't like her roommate Kathy, played by Donnie Kerr, and is even kicked out of class for talking. She begins acting a bit crazy, and even the Scoobies are worried when she starts believing her roommate Kathy is a demon.
Okay, so that was the evil twin, right? Because she was bordering on Cordelia-esque.
Well, she's definitely pushing the stress meter on this Kathy thing.
I concur that she's not herself, but you know, learning to live with someone can be a challenge.
And she hasn't been sleeping.
Right then. Nothing to get too concerned about. Still, let me know if she
Hits the red zone?
yes.
Buffy also discovers a vampire gang that is feeding on students and stealing their belongings. So she goes after them, but isn't herself and doesn't do quite well in the fight, at least at first.
I must say, you've really got me now. I mean, this is a diabolical plan. Throw yourself at my feet with a broken arm and no weapons of any kind. How am I gonna get out of this one?
You got a nice setup here. But you made one mistake.
What was that?
Well, I'm not actually positive, but statistically speaking, people usually make it...
Oh, and this. This is my favorite item.
You don't want to touch that.
You know, this arm's not looking so good. It might have to come off.
You want to know the truth? I only need one.
This is starting to suck.
When you look back at this, in the 3 seconds it'll take you to turn to dust, I think you'll find the mistake was touching my stuff.
What about breaking your arm? How does that feel?
Let me answer that question with a headbutt. And for the record, the arm is hurt. It's not broken.
Hey, Buff. Need a hand?
No thanks. I'm good.
In episode 3, titled The Harsh Light of Day, Spike returns to Sunnydale with a ring that makes vampires invincible. Buffy gets this ring away from him and sends Oz to Los Angeles to give the ring to Angel. This is the first crossover we see between the shows Buffy and Angel. Oz spends an entire episode in LA with Angel and Cordelia. The episode itself is good, but I wanted to mention it because this is the first of many crossovers between the 2 shows this season. So remember, when it originally aired, Buffy was on at 8 p.m. and Angel came on at 9 p.m. The shows work flawlessly together, so Angel Season 1 can, and I would even say should, be watched at the same time as Buffy Season 4. In Episode 6, titled Wild at Heart, this is the beginning of the end of Willow and Oz as a couple. While I will forever be grateful for the Willow and Tara story that follows this, I loved Oz and I'm always sad to see him leave the show. In this episode, a female werewolf named Veruca, played by Paige Moss, comes to Sunnydale. Oz is physically attracted to her, and Willow finds them locked in a cage together the morning after the full moon. While Oz had locked them in the cage during the full moon to protect innocent people, it breaks Willow's heart to see them together. Not knowing how to handle the emotions of this, Oz packs up and leaves Sunnydale in search of a cure for being a werewolf. Willow is depressed for many episodes after this, and it really is sad to watch her mourn her first love.
What are you doing?
Going.
No? That's your solution?
Well, that's my decision.
Don't I get any say in this?
No. Brooke was right about something. The wolf is inside me all the time. And I don't know where that line is anymore between me and it. And until I figure out what that means, I shouldn't be around you. Or anybody.
Well, that could be a problem. Because people, kind of a planetary epidemic.
I'll find someplace.
Well, how long?
I don't know.
Oz, don't you love me?
My whole life. I've never loved anything else.
Episode 10, titled Hush. Here it is, finally, the episode I've been telling you about since my first video. What does someone like Joss Whedon do when people tell him he can't write an episode without his witty dialogue? Well, he writes a mostly silent episode and wins an Emmy nomination for writing, of course. In this episode, a group named the Gentlemen come to Sunnydale. They steal the voices of the whole town so no one can hear them scream. Then they hunt the people in the town looking for hearts, and they need a total of 7 hearts. The Scoobies lose their voices like everyone else, but Giles manages to figure out that only a real human scream will defeat the Gentlemen. Buffy patrols the town trying to figure out a way to get her voice back. At the same time, Riley is patrolling, unaware that Buffy is the Vampire Slayer, while Buffy's clueless about Riley being in the initiative. Both Riley and Buffy end up in an old clock tower and finally see each other fighting the gentleman. During the fight, Riley is able to break the box that holds everyone's voices, and Buffy is able to scream, blowing up the gentleman. Now Riley and Buffy, they have to deal with a new reality that both hunt demons. This episode is so beautiful and witty and well thought out. I watch it often and love it more every time. Episode 19, titled New Moon Rising. Oz returns to Sunnydale just when Willow and Tara are starting to get close. He's found a cure for turning into a werewolf during the full moon, but he discovers that when he gets angry, the wolf comes out.
Run.
The initiative captures him and experiment on him, which make Riley question everything since he and Oz are friends. Riley helps Oz escape from the initiative, and Riley ends up going AWOL, absent without leave. Willow realizes that even though she will always love Oz, her future is with Tara.
You drove it overseas?
Well, it broke down outside of Mexico, and I traded my base to have it fixed in garage. I shouldn't have come back now. I just thought I'd changed.
You have changed. You stopped the wolf from coming out. I saw it.
But I couldn't look at you. I mean, it turns out the one thing that brings it out of me is you. Which falls under the heading of ironic in my book.
It was my fault. I upset you.
Well, so we're safe then. Because you'll never do that again. But you're happy.
I am. I can't explain it.
Maybe safer for both of us if you don't.
I missed you, Oz. I wrote you so many letters. But I didn't have any place to send them, you know? I couldn't live like that.
It was stupid to think that you'd just be waiting.
I was waiting. I feel like some part of me will always be waiting for you. Like if I'm old and blue-haired and I turn the corner in Istanbul and there you are, I won't be surprised. Because you're with me, you know?
I know. But now's not that time, I guess.
No. What are you gonna do?
I think I better take off.
When?
Pretty much now.
No candles? Well, I brought one. It's extra flamey. Tara, I have to tell you.
No, I understand. You have to be with the person you love.
I am.
You mean?
I mean. Okay?
Oh, yes.
I feel horrible about everything I put you through. And I'm gonna make it up, too. Starting right now.
Right now?
The episode ends with Oz leaving Sunnydale, and it's for good this time. Episodes 20 and 21, titled The Yoko Factor and Primeval. These episodes are sort of a two-part finale where the gang not only takes on the initiative, but they take on the Frankenstein-like monster named Adam that the initiative created. Spike is helping Adam by trying to come between the Scoobies, but once they figure this out, they are able to work together to infiltrate the initiative and take down Adam.
Where's Anya?
Oddly, Anya decided not to join us despite all the fun we had at our last meeting.
And I don't think Tara felt welcome.
Why? Because of things that we said? Will, who told you that we were talking behind your back specifically?
Well, Spike specifically, but...
And who told you that we thought you'd be better off joining the army?
That's not exactly what he said.
Well, Spike can be very convincing when I'm very stupid.
He played us. He wanted us to fight to split us up. That's where it came from, the stuff we said the other night.
Of course. Well, Piffle, let's move on.
I'm moving.
Me too.
Good.
The spell they have to do links Giles, Willow, Xander, and Buffy together, and once they are linked, they are unstoppable.
We implore thee, admit us, bring us to the vessel, take us now.
You can't last much longer.
We can. We are forever. Shamiandan. Geshtumiandan. Zemiandan. Okushhtamiula Babtum Maduen.
Interesting.
I'm on Shandab.
Very interesting.
Taking Adam down easily.
But yours is right here.
Buffy.
After the initiative loses the fight, the government fills in the underground facility and abandons Sunnydale, with Riley choosing to stay behind with Buffy. In episode 22, titled Restless, well, what do I say about Restless? After Giles, Buffy, Willow, and Xander combine their energy in the spell to defeat Adam, they're haunted by a primordial spirit in their dreams. The gang, they all go to Buffy's house for a movie party, saying they are wired after that spell to defeat Adam. But before the opening scenes hit on the DVDs, they are all asleep in Buffy's living room. The dreams they have are, like most dreams, crazy, but there's a ton of foreshadowing in them too. Oh, and don't worry about the cheese guy. He's literally that thing in everyone's dream you wonder about and have no idea where it comes from.
I've made a little space for the cheese slices.
The one thing each dream has in common besides the cheese man is that something is hunting them. Willow dreams that she's a nerd again in college and must go on stage in a production of Death of a Salesman. Tara comes in and out of her dream, which leads Willow to realize that everyone is going to find out about her, hinting that she needs to come out to her friends. In Xander's dream, he's trying to figure out what he wants to do in life. In his dream, he is almost bedded by Buffy's mom. There's a scene where everyone around him is speaking a different language, and he's also hunted by his own demons, which in this case is his alcoholic parents.
That's not the way out.
What the hell is wrong with you? You won't come upstairs? What are you, ashamed of us? Your mother's crying her guts out.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. Alana Nancy here with us. And you're not gonna change that. You haven't got the heart.
Giles's dream has him figuring out what is happening to them and what is chasing them in their dreams. There is symbolism in this dream that Giles is struggling between staying with Buffy in the United States and moving back to England. My favorite scene in Giles's dream involves Spike hiring himself out as an attraction. James Marsters is hilarious and shows us a funny side of Spike.
I've hired myself out as an attraction.
Sideshow freak.
Well, at least it's showbiz.
What am I supposed to do with all of this?
You got to make up your mind, Rubes. What are you wasting time for? Haven't you figured it all out yet with your enormous, squishy frontal lobe?
I still think Buffy should have killed you.
I wear the cheese. It does not wear me.
Honestly, you meet the most appalling sort of people.
Also, Joss didn't pass up the opportunity to have Giles sing, which is always incredible. Just wait for the musical in season 6.
Of course. The spell we cast with Buffy must have released some primal evil that's come back seeking. I'm not sure what. Willow, look through the chronicles for some reference to a warrior beast. I've got to warn Buffy. There's every chance she might be next. Buffy's dream begins and predicts a lot of what happens in season 5, so getting into it too much would spoil season 5 for you. The main thing you need to know is that Buffy finds the first Slayer, which has been hunting them in their dreams.
Why do you follow me?
I don't.
Where are my friends?
You're asking the wrong questions.
Make her speak.
I have no speech, no name. I live in the action of death, the blood cry, the penetrating wound. I am destruction, absolute, alone.
The Slayer.
The first.
I am not alone.
The Slayer does not walk in this world.
I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. There's trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't sleep on a bed of bones. Now give me back my friends.
No friends. Just to kill. We are alone.
That's it. I'm waking up. It's over. We don't do this anymore.
Enough!
Are you quite finished? It's over, okay? I'm going to ignore you, and you're going to go away. You're really gonna have to get over the whole primal power thing. You're not the source of me. Also, in terms of hair care, you really want to say, what kind of impression am I making in the workplace? Because
They all wake up, safe in Buffy's living room, and they begin to compare dreams. And yes, everyone had the cheese man in their dreams. In our next episode, we're going to talk about season 1 of Angel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.